In this video, I recruited a couple of my actor friends to join me at Pluto VR in Seattle, Washington. And we're gonna show you how you can perform inside virtual reality using Pluto after the bump. Hello everybody, I'm Doug Fall, your augmented actor, helping you augment your acting career with tips, tactics, and tech. If this is your first time here, please click on the subscribe button so that you can become an augmented actor yourself. What is it like to be an actor inside virtual reality? We invited a group of Seattle actors to join me at Pluto VR headquarters.
Hi, I'm Meredith Binder. I'm a local actor in Seattle, and I'm really excited to have a chance to try VR.
What are you doing here today, Curtis?
I am here to help my friend Doug Fall to do some VR footage for some acting exercises. Now I am camera ready.
We put each actor in a separate room and introduced them to VR for the first time. Then they each created a personal avatar to use inside of Pluto. But what is Pluto, you might ask? Well, let's find out.
Pluto is developing on several of the very foundational aspects of what we're calling spatial computing. Even if you're on the other side of the world from someone, you want to be able to see and hear them as if they were right next to you. Our current offering is an alpha. It's free and anyone can try it. It's on Steam VR and you can download it and basically stay connected with people no matter where you are. As long as you both have VR equipment, you can log on and say hello.
Okay, so we've set up some avatars. We're in a good space. I'm gonna log into Pluto now and contact Curtis and Meredith, and we're going to join each other in a virtual space inside Pluto.
Hey, there's Doug.
Okay, I'm coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, you're right there in front of me.
Don't bump into me.
Let me move into my space here. The center of my space in my room is what
You're not in my room?
Well, we're in the same virtual room.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in the Steam home page, and Curtis, what are you seeing?
I'm in the Steam home room also.
Okay, well, I am in a black box. I'm in the black box theater. David will join us in a minute. He's going to be the cameraman for this. Normally he would be invisible, but today we'll see his avatar and he'll just be this floating head. So he's going to come up close to you. Just think of him like a camera. Okay, here he is now. Let me see. Do we see him?
There he is.
There he is. Okay,
right there.
So David he's just a camera. He doesn't have hands. After a while, you kind of can see a person's posture. You know, you can tell if somebody's slumping or standing up straight just from where your hands are. You know, you can do a high five. Now, Curtis, have you tried doing the different hand gestures with your thumb pad? Just slide your thumb around.
Water.
So get used to using those when you're going to be doing your acting monologue and whatnot. David, nod if you're actually recording now. Okay, great.
Hi, David. I'm Marita Mairewa.
Hi, I'm Curtis Jacobson.
And I am Doug Fall, and I'm running this little experiment. What I want to do today is run us through some different acting scenarios. And first, we put our actors inside a virtual acting class. Meredith is going to do a monologue for me, the acting teacher, and Curtis is going to play the rest of the class.
Okay.
All right, who in class wants to go first with their monologue?
I'll go.
Great.
This is from The Lohman Family Picnic by Donald Margolis. I'm sorry. You're a very sweet guy, Herbie, but is your wife? I'm all used up. I can't make you happy when you should feel lousy. I can't cover for you and make excuses. I can't be your public relations department any longer.
Let's try it again, and I want to see more anger on your face.
Okay. I'm sorry, Herbie. You're a very sweet guy, but is your wife? I'm all used up. I can't make you feel happy when you should feel lousy. I can't cover for you and make excuses. I can't be your public relations department any longer. Well, hey, 18 years. That's not so bad. Nothing to be ashamed of. At the rate you're going, you could still fit in 2 more 18-year marriages. And you and the next 18-year lady, you're going to have a great time. I promise you.
Good job. Good job. Yeah, we're applauding without sound. How did that feel for you to do a monologue in an acting class in virtual reality?
It was a lot of fun. It's nice to have some people there instead of just practicing in my living room with my cat. Then when the cinematographer came in and he's standing in front of me, I just felt like the guy I was talking to was approaching me, and that was kind of nice too.
Oh, so yeah, it gives you something to play off of. Normally, our camera would be invisible in this scenario. We're doing a little workaround, and so David is a floating head. If you're seeing this in like my view now, that's the camera. But it does help to have people, and like if you'll notice that as I get up close to you, I'm getting into your personal space. It really feels like that. Same thing here. I'm like we're getting intimate.
So good to see you.
Exactly.
I touch up your hair.
Oh, is it messy?
Yeah, there you go.
It looked too, from my point of view, like when you changed and you were going a little angrier.
Yeah.
Even though we have these sort of simplistic looking faces, I could sense a change in just from your voice and your posture. That you looked a lot angrier, So I think it reads.
Pluto can also be used for auditions and callbacks. In this section, Curtis is auditioning for a production of Hamlet. Meredith is directing, and I am playing the audition coordinator.
Are you all ready, Meredith?
Yes, please bring the next person in.
This is Curtis Jacobson.
Hey, Curtis, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
I see on the resume you've done a lot of Shakespeare.
I have, yes. My latest Shakespeare was Macbeth. It was all male.
Oh, excuse me. If you could just say the Scottish play. I'm a little superstitious. Yeah.
The Scottish play. I played all 3 witches.
Wonderful.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
How would that work?
Well, I had 2 heads attached to mine. Here's one head, my head, and then the other head, and we're as one.
Wish I'd been there.
Yeah.
So anyway, what do you have for us today?
Today I will be doing a piece from Comedy of Errors, and I'll be playing the Dromio of Ephesus.
Wonderful. So when you're ready?
Why, Mistress Shore, my master is horn mad. Or, I mean, not cuckold mad, but sure he is stark mad. When I desired him to come home for dinner, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. "'Tis dinner time," quoth I. "My gold," quoth he. "Will you come," quoth I. "My gold," quoth he. "Where is 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain?" "The pig," quoth I, "is burned." "My gold," quoth he. "My mistress, sir." "I know not thy mistress." "Hang up thy mistress." "Out of my mistress," quoth my master. He said, "I don't know what you're talking about." Thank you.
Yay, that was great. All right, Curtis, tell us about your experience performing a monologue in an audition setting.
It was really cool. I just kind of forgot what I was doing, but having actually seen the auditor there, knowing that they aren't there, was kind of cool. I wish that I could have maybe have a mirror that I can see what I'm doing and looking, but because I don't know if I was doing this the whole time.
Making butterfly hands.
Yeah. And I think with a little bit of work, I could really get it down. But it is great practice, and it's great to get just feedback. And
do you feel the sense of presence?
I do. Absolutely. It's kind of cool. It's very cool.
Next, we ran through a series of improv classes. We played Freeze, a game where 2 actors start a scene, and then the 3rd actor taps into that scene later on.
What's our scene?
You are in a supermarket, and you bump into each other. You only know each other from a failed first date.
Okay.
Oh, awkward. Okay, sounds good.
All right, sure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, hey, Sarah.
Oh, Doug, isn't that it?
That's right, Doug, yes. How are you? How are things going?
I'm fine, just doing some grocery shopping.
You too? How are your dogs?
Freeze!
Okay, he's tapping you.
Okay.
So you I'm
you
going to
step
take over
out.
the scene.
Yeah, and you're in
Yeah,
that same
okay.
position that she was in. And unfreeze.
Well, Taco and Meat, they're doing great. Can't believe you remember that.
Oh, well, they were all over my lap the whole time. They
Oh.
had fur everywhere. It's just...
Well, just like me, they really had a good time. I'm sorry you had such an allergic reaction and had to go to the hospital.
Well, it happens. And I thank you for driving me.
I'm sorry. I had a panic attack and had to leave you there. I had to get back to the dogs.
What are you preparing for today?
Well, dinner for my dogs. I was hoping I can get that can of sausage meat behind you.
Here, let me grab that for you. There you go.
Oh,
Some
thank
sausage
you.
meat.
Yes. Speaking of sausages,
We also played a game of sound ball where you throw virtual sounds to each other. Zip.
zit.
Run. Ooh, pow.
Oh, pow! Zonga.
And a game of motion where you throw motions to each other.
This is kind of like a telephone.
Really hard to work the hands on
Right,
these.
yeah, or to know what other people are doing. Okay, good. Let's talk about that, the physicality aspect of Pluto VR. What are you feeling here?
This was really interesting because there was less to go on. I couldn't see what you were doing with your bodies. And so sometimes I would instinctively go up on my toes. And I don't know if that's because you're tall or because you were going on your toes.
Yeah, so the physical nature of, we see our hands, but like when I'm looking at Curtis, I almost just see like we're in black turtlenecks or something, like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I did
see the
too.
shoulders, I see the
did.
posture.
I did feel that I saw the posture. I really did feel like I knew I could copy your movements. And I could tell when you opened up and when you
When you kneel
Yeah.
or, when you
The
raise your...
directionality was a little harder, though, because sometimes we would turn to the person to do it, and sometimes we'd start here. And I tried to, like, if you started looking at him where you got it from, I would do that, but I don't know as you saw that from your angle.
I did see that and I wasn't sure how to, because she would start something and then I was like,
And
oh,
then
wait.
turn, because that's what I saw him doing, but I don't even know if he was actually doing that.
I was looking at Curtis. I mean, it's really just like we're three here. I can point at Curtis is always over there. You're always over here.
Yeah.
And if we moved around the room, Pluto will just sort of always kind of put us in a circle.
What if I do this? I want to tell you a secret. What if
Yeah,
can you tell? Okay, I think that this is working, but yeah, they need to work
Yeah,
on
see,
it.
I'll tell you a secret over here, and it's really close in your ear. And if I come up to you, I can tell you a secret over here, and it's personal. It feels like
it
you're
is.
cheek to cheek. It's almost invasive at some point.
In this section, we're going to put Pluto through a bit of a workout. We're going to develop a script, rehearse it, block it, and then perform it for the camera.
You're a pet owner, and you're bringing your cat into a veterinary scene. You can be the veterinarian. I'll be a vet tech. And what's the problem with your cat, Meredith?
He has a bad heart. His usual vet sent me to you so you could help me get some blood thinner for him.
Oh,
He's-
excellent. Yes, we need to get work on this right away. Can you please hand Duchess to Doug for me very carefully?
Well, okay, remember, she bites and scratches.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
I know. Do fall into your training.
It's okay.
Stroke
All
the
right,
tail,
Duchess.
stroke the tail.
All right, Duchess, there you are.
There you go.
Not the
Right,
end of her
Doug.
tail. She's got a cut on there.
Oh, yeah, she's biting my face.
Yeah, she's a scrapper.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need.
Okay. Duchess.
Whoa,
She's...
Duchess.
Could you...
Duchess.
There we go. You're a cat whisperer.
I'm going to mix up a special organic formula for
Okay.
Duchess. And for heart blood thinning, we like to use organic apple juice, organic prunes, and a little bit of arnica for the pain.
Now, let's take that as our script template.
Okay.
I'm being
Okay.
the director now. So let's,
Okay.
and then Curtis, when you get the cat, I want you to cross over here in between us.
Okay.
That's your blocking. All right, so this is our performance, and David is our audience here.
This is Duchess.
Hi, Duchess.
Hey, Duchess. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. We really want to help your cat. What are the issues?
Well, I took her to her regular vet, and she's got a bad heart. They did an ultrasound, and I need to get some blood thinner for her.
Let me take Duchess. Is she okay?
Oh, sure. Okay. Careful.
Oh,
She really doesn't like anybody but me.
Oh, she's a pristine little cat.
Sweet
Remember your training. If you can
There we
help
go.
him out
Scratch
and
under
calm
the
her down, that'd be
chin.
Oh,
great.
yes, there we go.
Oh, okay. You know what you're doing.
Oh, there.
Okay, so Doug,
There,
go ahead and bring over the cat over here and put him on
Okay.
the table for me.
Great. There
So-
you go. Oh, there's Duchess.
There you go, Duchess. I would like to put Duchess on a prune diet. Yeah, and I think that should thin the blood.
Duchess
I know, that was hard.
is fed prunes,
so
and
cats
she's
are
now a
different
healthy
than people.
cat.
So let me.
The end. All right, so let's talk about that. How does Pluto work here for staging or rehearsal purposes?
I think we should have probably defined this is where the table is,
Sure,
and
yes.
this is define the room and what it looked like. I would be, I guess, entering the room or
Or
following
use
someone
the
into
room that we have.
Well, we're all
So,
in different rooms.
We're all in different
per-
rooms.
You're in one space. Now, the way Pluto works is that we're each in our own environment. You could be in a game shooting zombies or something like that, and we all can share the same space. So it's
And remember, Pluto is not just an acting tool. It can be used as an overlay on any virtual reality experience. In this section, I take our actors into Tilt Brush and show them some of the other things that they can do with Pluto.
Now I'm doing it.
Oh, that's cool. Your chin is right on top of one of the elements.
see, and I'm in a flower garden. I don't know what you guys are in.
I've drawn a bunch of crap around me, and now I can't see anything.
So, but see, we're all in a different environment, but we're in the same physical
Right,
space
right.
still. So that's how Pluto works. Is there anything else that you could think of that would be a use case scenario for actors using this? What's useful about it and what's not?
Can we replay it while we're in the space? Just replay what we just did.
Right now, I don't believe that's a feature
Okay.
of Pluto, but you can screen capture like we're doing here and see what we see. There are some virtual reality applications out there where you can record a full-on performance and then see it played back as a film. There's one called Mind Show that does that.
I think it's great, especially if we were all in the same environment. It'd be a great way to go, hey, can you guys listen to this monologue real quick? Because about me as a character actor, it's all about my face.
Right.
Mhm.
And I don't think you could judge me accurately from my avatar.
So I see your eyes move an awful lot and blink and so on, and it adds a lot of expression. So is that coming from him, or is that just
The software is designed to listen to what's being said and express it through the lips, and the eyes sort of just naturally blink and look based on where your head's tilted, and little subtle cues make that. So, and those things will be developed further as they work on it. So, but right now, I feel like there's still a lot of realistic looking faces and expressions, and a lot can be expressed from your posture, your hands, and just your voice. Obviously, you wouldn't want to cast somebody based solely off of an audition here, but it might be a good way to meet somebody, get to know them as an actor, have them do a monologue, and then say, okay, we'll call you back, or instead of sending in a tape, or something.
or to have an interview with them? Sometimes if I'm being cast, particularly if it's in another city, they want to Skype with me or something, but it might be more fun to be in this environment and sort of play together. And then you have an idea as to somebody you want to work with, or put two of your actors together and have them
Just
do some
to
improv
read.
and read
Right.
That would
opposite
be
each
cool.
other.
Yeah, and the problem with reading at this point is that you can't see a script. You'd have to sort of be off book already. There are ways
Sure.
around that. Like you could open up a virtual reality app that would allow you to hold a virtual script.
Or just put the script up in front of you.
Yeah, or draw it up. We could, if you're in
Yeah.
Tilt Brush, you can draw little cues to remind you, and only you will be able to see it. But another use case that I thought of was that if we were putting on a virtual performance in another virtual reality app, there's several social virtual reality apps where you meet other people's avatars and stuff like that. And Pluto can be used to hide in the background like a stage management or a crew, and the actors can communicate with each other without being seen in the other virtual reality experience. So it's like it could be used as a stage management tool or a backstage tool for future virtual reality performances. And then let me show you here. I can hide my hands, so my hands disappear. I
How
can
do you do
hide.
that?
It's in the Pluto menu.
Okay.
You can hide my avatar, and I turn into a little talking ball. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, look at Jitter Doug.
So I'm
I'm
just a
holding
little
you
ball
right now in my hand.
And then I'm coming back, and now I'm back.
Thank you for sticking around all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this content, please remember to leave a comment down below and tell me how you think Pluto would be useful in your life. And if you want to see the extended interview that I did with the actors after their session, click on the video up above or down in the description below. And if you want to watch more videos from Augmented Actor, click on the link over there. And remember to subscribe over there and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified of new content. Thanks again for joining me. We'll see you again soon.